Today I'm showing you how to build a cozy Burrowbuck starter base in ARK Survival Ascended using the brand new rabbit that was added to the game. And if you don't know, they can dig out your own little hidey hole. You can enter that with the bunny and also once it's made without the bunny. And inside you'll find this lovely little cave, which of course you can turn into your own temporary base. Now, they only last for 2 days, but it seems like every time you get in and out of the hole, the timer resets back to those 2 days. So technically you could use this for a while and could be the perfect little starter base that is well, perfectly safe to stow away some of your goods whilst you're working on a proper base nearby. Hello there survivors, and welcome back to another video here in ARK Survival Ascended. Today we're going to check out this cozy little hidey hole of the Burrowbuck, and I'm going to show you exactly how to build this little starter base that you can hide in this cave, which can be a great little way to start your ARK adventures. As always, if you enjoy seeing videos like this and you want to continue to see more, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and feel free to leave your suggestions for future builds you'd really like to see down in the comments below. So with the new Burrowbuck, you can actually make a little hidey hole. And at first I thought this was only a temporary thing where you could only have it for 2 days. But it seems each time you enter and leave it, the timer resets again. So technically, as long as you're reloading it every 2 days, you could use this as a temporary little base. I mean, I guess you could use it as a base as long as you keep logging in every 2 days to refresh the timer. But yeah, you have a decent amount of space in here, so we could build a cozy little build in here, which I guess could be your starter base until you get settled in your actual base. So whilst you're working on a build, you could just kind of live out of this cave because it is quite spacious. You can definitely get a decent amount of things down here, and yeah, as long as you keep it loaded for 2 days. But I mean, if you're working on your main base, you probably are logging in within 2 days every time. So yeah, let's build a nice little cave base. So I think to start, I want to have a foundation up here, roughly around there, I think. And then we can kind of fill in this whole area as far as we can, just to create a little platform here along the side. I want to raise up that pillar there in the corner. Then we can leave a gap of 2, have another pillar right here, raise that all the way up, and then a gap of 1 for the final pillar over here. We should be able, hopefully, to fit in a staircase back here. So the way I want this to go is that it turns left, so up here, and hopefully we'll be able to get that going. And then we can have our ceilings at the very top of this, of course. There is a few plants in our way, but I think we can make a decent platform kind of expanding out from there to create a little extra layer of the build. I also want to take out some beams and add them here across the edge just to set this apart, and I think we'll also do that here in the front of this build. Then I think I want to have some thin pillars here just to kind of make this look like it's actually being held up there by these structures. And I think over here I'm gonna add a beam going across this way, again just to fortify it a bit. Down here I want to add some stairs there too. I want to add some railings along the sides here, and of course some railings over there as well as up here, just to make it all look supported. Then I think we want to have some scaffolding in these corners, again just to help with that look that everything is nicely supported. I think this already is starting to look quite cozy, and I think it would probably be best if we have another pillar there. It just looks a little bit more put together that way. I would probably take out a feeding trough and place it down here so that we could feed any creatures that we bring into this space. Also have a little campfire up here. I think that will be quite cozy. As for up here, I think this is where I bring out a smithy so that we can do a little bit of crafting. Right next to that is probably where we want to have a bit more storage. So a little cabinet makes sense. And then for the rest of this layer, I think having a bit of forges there so that you can do some smelting would be quite practical. You know, just making sure you can do the basic needs here. In this little starter base Burrowbuck Hole, I think we'll want to make a few additions down below. First of all, I think a cooking pot is the right addition, just to, again, kind of keep those cozy vibes going. We can also take out all benches probably, and then maybe have one around here. And then somewhere a little bit more around the corner here. Just so that we can, you know, kind of hang out around the fire and enjoy some food. I think we also want to take out some storage barrels here. You can place 2 over here, and then you should be able to place a 3rd kind of on top of that so that it looks a little bit nicer. And we could even add a few of these storage boxes, of course, to also add some more additional storage. And then I think finally we also want to add a preserving bin, just so that we have a bit more of the practical part in here. But I think this makes for quite a cozy little area so far. And we have a bunch of the basic necessities. So up here, of course, we already have some of the necessities, but we have the final layer up here, which is definitely where I think we want to have a bit more storage. So maybe another storage cabinet there. I think it would also be nice to have maybe a library storage up here so that you could store some blueprints quite easily. We also want to make sure that we have a beam going across here as well as a railing. Then we also should be able to have kind of a table in that corner. And then we can add some mortar and pestles so that we can do some crafting up here too. And I would definitely also want to add a bed up here, of course, so that we can sleep here, spawn here, etc. And then if we want to, we can add a bit more storage in here. Just like that. And then potentially you could also add some more lights here, of course. Just to make sure that you have a bit more light rather than only relying on the fake natural light we have going on here. But I think this makes for a decent room. Like, we have a bit of space here, so you could place some more things up here if you really wanted or needed to. But I think it makes for a very cozy little place. Let's actually bring in one of the Burrowbuck, because realistically, at the very least, you're gonna have one of these. So it makes only sense to see how much space we still have left once we park one of these guys up in here. So let's say that we park it over here. Seems like we still have a pretty decent space available after that. Okay, so finally, this is what the little cave would look like. So you come in here, and then this is the cozy base where we have a little campfire. We have a cooking pot with a nice area to hang out at. You have a little bit of space for some smaller tames to come in here with you and safely park them and feed them using the feeding trough, etc. We've got a preserving bin, some storage, a cozy little base in here, I think, with some layers to it to utilize the most of the limited space. So got a bit of a crafting area with some smelting available and some storage. And then up here we have a cozy but nice bedroom to log out in. And yeah, I think using this for the early days, you know, maybe you're still traveling around, still looking for your base spot, or you have found your base spot but you just need a temporary safe place, don't want to build too much. I think this is going to be quite useful, and as long as you refresh it, I think it stays for more than the initial 2 days. I guess you just need to keep logging in to refresh that timer within 2 days every time. But, I mean, as an early game base, I don't think that is too much of a problem. And I think you can get these pretty early on. So, yeah, feels quite cozy. Feels quite cozy for sure to make a cave base. And you can build this wherever, because I think the cave is always the same. So, no matter where you go, this is this is definitely a cozy little base that you could build. I just wanted to have some fun exploring the new Burrowbuck cave. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again in the next video or the next stream. For now, thanks for watching and goodbye.